What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel, the 10K Property Report. I am Kay, and today we're going to talk about how to find cheap land on Zillow for under $10,000. I want to walk you through this step by step. Without further ado, let's get started. So here on Zillow, you have your search engine. So you're going to put in the state that you're interested in. In the event that you have a specific city that you're also interested in, you can put that here. For tutorial sakes purposes, I am putting Alabama in my example, and I'm just putting the state because I want to be as vague as possible so I can pull up as many results as possible. But in the event that you have a specific city, you can definitely put it here, okay? This says for sale, you click here. It says for sale for rent. So you can look at sold listings, by the way. This is a side note. If you're interested in like what's sold in the area and try to get some comps, especially if you're trying to flip the land for further use, or not further use, but you're trying to flip the land in the future, or you're just interested in the comps in the area, marking sold here may come in handy for you. But for today's video, we're looking for sale properties, okay? Here you have the price range. Now here you can also put $1,000 is what I normally put for my minimum, and then maximum $10,000. So that range, okay? This varies from my other video, which I talked about houses, because a lot of times, or most times, they will not have land for under this amount. That's why I don't put zero, but you can definitely put zero in the event that you say, hey, maybe I found a property for $500 somewhere. That's it's rare, but it's possible, right? So minimum, I put $1,000. Maximum, I put $10,000. You don't want to put monthly payment here because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to receive financing. This is an all cash type situation. So keep that in mind. Beds and baths, you leave it zero because you're looking for raw land, right? You're looking for some land, and yeah, I'll leave that zero. Property type. Now, this is where you're going to be a little bit more specific, and I always put lots and land. I do want to say this here, though. There are opportunities where you may have a distressed property on a specific parcel of land that you can click houses to, because it may be a house that you just want to tear down. That's a major expense, by the way. Tear downs, unless you do it yourself, can be pricey. Or if you have a mobile home there, you wanted to haul it away or get rid of it or give it for free, whatever. You can click houses here because it will pull up properties that may have a house on it, but also have acreage, maybe an acre of land or so. So don't just rule out all these other possibilities. I would rule out townhouses because those are typically connected. Multifamily, no, you can leave houses and lots and land, okay? But if you're just looking for land and you don't want any houses on the structure, or not on the structure, you don't want any structures on the land, deselect houses and just have lots and land available, okay? Or clicked or selected. Next, more filters. So it says max HOA. If you don't want an HOA, that is me. I do not like HOA fees. So I'm putting no HOA fee to kind of weed out any of the properties that are presented to me that may have an HOA, okay? But if you don't mind an HOA, then by all means, keep that any or a minimum amount. But for me, no HOA fees in my search. Include homes with incomplete HOA data. No. So I typically look at agent listed, however, meaning that, a realtor is listing the property. There is a flip side to that with owners who are placing their properties on Zillow to sell it. That is owner posted. That's this one right here. Now, if you decide, hey, I want to go to the for sale by owner section of Zillow, by all means, again, you can do that. For my example purposes for today, I am only selecting agent listed, but you can find some good deals with the owner posted listings as well. So don't rule that out either. But for my preference, I like to deal directly with the agent, especially with due diligence. I can ask even more questions. When you're dealing with an owner, right? The owner of the property, they're going to try to get as much money as possible for that property. And but a positive to that is that you can negotiate directly with the source. Okay, so you can say, hey, I see it's listed for $10,000, but would you take $5,000? And land is a very special asset that doesn't have a lot of emotional connection. It can, but because there is no structure there, when we're talking about raw land here, because there is an absence of a structure, a lot of folks are disconnected with the property. They're paying property taxes for a piece of land or some dirt and some grass, right? But they may live elsewhere. And then we call those absentee owners, folks who live elsewhere but own in another location, right? So keep that in mind. The probability of you getting a good deal with an owner directly is higher, my opinion, because the longer it sits on the MLS or Zillow, the longer the owner has to deal with it themselves, which includes paying property taxes. Okay, those don't stop. No, property taxes continue. All right, so here, foreclosed, pre-foreclosures, auctions, foreclosures, new construction. I leave that deselected. Listing status coming soon. If you're interested in what's coming soon, you can. And by the way, always sign up with Zillow, right? So there's a sign in function right here where you can sign in and receive these alerts. Okay, that's very handy so that you don't miss anything that's coming up or is currently listed on the MLS. Tours, no. I mean, you could just drive by the property. That's more so for actual homes, right? Parking spots. All right, here's where it gets interesting. Square feet, I leave it blank. Lot size, depends. What are you looking for, right? If it's 1/4 of an acre, if it's 100 acres, which you won't find under $10,000. And if you do, comment below and show me. Let me know that you've bought 100 acres in 2026 for under $10,000 with nothing wrong. That is very highly unlikely. But let's be reasonable with what we put in here. And let's say 1/4 of an acre, okay? And I don't put a max because you want to leave all the possibilities open for your search. I tell folks all the time on both of my channels, Money Moves with K and this channel, I tell folks to be as vague as possible here so that you can, well, not with the minimum lot size because you know exactly what you're looking for. But most times on these searches, try to be vague. The more precise and specific you are, the higher it is that you won't, not higher it is, but the less likely it is you will find what you're looking for, which kind of seems opposite, but that's just kind of how it works with the search. Number of stories, I leave that incomplete. Okay, 55 plus communities don't show only because, you know, I'm looking for just raw land. Other amenities. If you want an amenity, such as a river or a water source or a pond, I did a video a couple days ago about 9 acres that I found for $9,700. A lot of folks said that was a mistake. It could be, but you never know until you email the realtor and say, hey, was this a mistake or not? And if it's not, I'll take it, right? But if you want to view, you know, you can click that as well. I do suggest that you leave that blank just because, as I mentioned earlier, you want to be vague, okay? If you're too specific, I mean, not too many properties under $10,000 have a mountain view. Some do, but not many. So I want to, you know, keep it vague, and I'll be flexible on my end, especially if it's a good deal. Days on Zillow. This is good. So days on Zillow varies, right? From 1 day all the way to 12, actually all the way to 36 months. The longer a property, whether it be land or, you know, a single family home or whatever the case may be, the longer the property is on Zillow, the more it weighs on the psyche of the owner. They're like, I got to get rid of this property, you know, especially if they know that it's a pretty good property, right? So a strategy when buying these properties is, you know, why not go out 14 days or 30 days? Because that means that the owner is really or highly likely to strike up a deal with you. So they may say, I'm looking for $10,000 to sell this property for, but you may get it for half the price or whatever, just because it's been sitting on Zillow. But like I say in all my videos, make sure you do your own due diligence because there may be a reason why it's sitting. I always suggest, and I'll get here in a second. I'll save that for just a moment. So let me finish this. Days on Zillow, keywords. You can put any keywords in here, but I'll leave that blank as well. So once I put apply, let's click on this property right here. It's been on Zillow for 198 days. I just want to give you an example, right? One of the things, or one thing I look for is multiple pictures. Even though it's land, I still want to see different views, bird's eye view, all that. And I also look on the tax assessors to ensure that the information, the parcel ID, and also any information that's listed here matches. Okay, that's very important. Make sure it matches. Okay, and this is what I wanted to mention just a few moments ago. It's been on Zillow for, this particular property has been on Zillow for 198 days, but you also want to look at how many times it's been viewed and how many times it's been saved, right? And the reason why you want to look at that is because if it's been saved a couple of times, then you know that folks have already reached out to the realtor, right? And you also may know that a lot of people are watching that property, right? So they're waiting just like you are, potentially. So seeing the number of saves matters. And you can even reach out to the realtor and ask, how many people, they may not know this, but, have a lot of people reached out for this property? If so, what were their findings, right? To kind of give you some information about the property and why it's still listed on Zillow, in this particular case, for 198 days, okay? So that is the end of my video. I really wanted to show you from beginning to end how I find these properties on Zillow for under $10,000, specifically land, because you can really find some good deals on land. Let me mention this too. On my other channel, I talk about tax auctions and how to purchase land for pennies on the dollar by going to these tax auctions. I actually purchased 1 acre of land for $4,000 and I sold it for $25,000. I flipped it, right? So if you're interested in that, I'll link the blueprint that I have. You can go ahead and pick that up and learn how to maneuver through tax auctions as well. It may be interesting to you. It may not. All right. But I'll still link it in the description in the event that it is. All right. That's the end of my video. I truly do appreciate you making it this far in the video. If you made it this far in the video, in the comment section, I want you to type land. It allows me to know you made it this far in the video. And I truly do appreciate it. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.